No, don't do it January 1st. That's actually the worst day to break up with someone January 1st.
January 1st. I think you have to do it before Valentine's Day, though.
Yeah, exactly. You have a window.
Yeah,
you
have
can't
a window.
Fester. Then, this is what I say. Okay, this is what I've figured out.
Yeah.
Cuffing season is...
Hello and welcome back to our final episode of 2024 for Overstimulated with me, Hillary Henderson. Today I am joined by probably the most iconic guest of the year. It's Veronica, Skaia. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm
My
so excited.
pleasure.
I
Thank
didn't
you
know
so
the
much for being
last episode of your year. I didn't guess so, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We gotta end with a bang, leave everybody with a cliffhanger. There's lots going on right now.
Yeah.
So much to talk about. Also, you should be watching this on video, obviously, but in case you're not, I am wearing a yellow sweatshirt and Veronica's wearing a red sweatshirt.
Yeah.
And so I think together we're like ketchup and mustard.
Ketchup and mustard. Okay, McDonald's.
Okay, McDonald's. Yeah, we're not giving anybody free sponsorship like that, but we are. It's so funny. We've also had, I feel like, quite the journey today. You texted me earlier and you're like, do you have nail glue?
Yeah, this guy popped off. Don't look
Nails
too
are
closely. I think I should have texted you being like, is this a handheld mic situation? But I was like, if you see me like this the entire
No, you can
episode,
just put your little nubs in your sleeves the whole time. It's fine. Veronica has beautiful nails. She's a stunning girl. She was having nail issues. I was also having ponytail issues. Like the girls get it that like when you're trying to do that cute like back look, there's like the little tendrils right by your ears. They're just like, bitch, what? Get out of here.
Reason, yeah.
So much.
But we made it and we look stunning.
We made it. And we've got the queen of rat girls herself here to set us all straight, which we're going to get to it a little bit. But I like to start these episodes, Veronica, with just like a little quick rapid fire.
Okay, let's
just assess the state of your
I'm
brain.
going in blind, by the way. I didn't read any of her notes before she sent this to me. I was like, whatever you want to ask me, let's go.
I'm sending a whole bunch of fucking notes to everybody. Like, did you read my email? That's actually so sad that I started this podcast for fun. And I'm like, as per my last email. Did you
not the
read
corporate
this?
speak. Oh, no.
Okay, let's get to the questions.
Mm-hmm.
If your brain was a color right now, what color would it be?
Red. Anger. I'm angry at the world. I'm angry at work. I'm burning passion.
Can you say more of what you're angry about?
I'm just busy. It's just a week before the holidays.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I was talking to you about this before we started filming, like just deadlines. Like tomorrow's the last day of the week. So you're just like, oh my God, like working up until the last minute. So that's my anger.
It's
very
gross.
corporate anger.
Yeah. All the corporate baddies out there, we get it. We see you. It's busy. Hopefully this is helping you get through your day. Maybe. It's such like a sad consolation prize. Like you have to do the worst job ever, but like you can listen to our voice. Maybe this is helpful.
Maybe this will help you. Yeah.
Okay, what is your weekly screen time looking like?
Weekly is bad.
Or daily? Like
my daily screen
average
time. Okay, I'm gonna preface this by saying I work in social media. It's like over 10 hours.
Okay, so your whole waking existence is on your phone. Damn. Okay.
It's like 8 hours on TikTok.
Oh my God.
I have the baby screen time set where I have an hour and a half max for myself per day, and I smash it like 4 times a day.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it funny? There's like, we should not have free will. Actually,
No.
This is so bad.
No, it's really bad. It's like 10 hours a day.
That's so funny. You might actually have a lot of, if TikTok does get banned, you might actually have a lot of free time on your hands.
Oh, fuck. What am I going to do with it? I already have a podcast. Like, what else am I supposed to do?
Veronica already has a podcast. It's called the 269 Podcast.
Yes.
You guys should check it out. And so, yeah, I don't know. There are going to be a lot of people starting, a lot of girlies are starting podcasts now because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, everyone's moving to YouTube too. I mean, as Canadian content creators, we know like you're not making any money on TikTok. We just do it for fun.
Yes.
I think like all my favorite creators in Toronto or like Canada in general, I'm like, oh, I love them because they're not making $1 off of this. Like this is just living their life.
They're purely doing it for ego. It's no money.
Yeah.
For vibes.
Oh my God.
Which if you are watching this on YouTube or another platform, thank you so much for that. As you may remember, we do have a Patreon. You can click that link below and generously donate to our efforts. That would be much appreciated. Veronica, what's the weirdest app on your phone that you refuse to delete?
Pizza app.
Pizza has an app?
Wendy's. Co-Star, I feel like that's like kind of up in the air.
No, you can never delete Co-Star.
Never. Can I look? Actually, that's a great question.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. What do we got going on over here? There's a lot. Like, I'm so bad. I don't delete things. I just keep things on my phone forever.
I like that you have gone with the individual fast food providers and not just like an Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes. No. You're like, no, I'm going right to the source.
It's right to the source. If I order enough Wendy's, which I do, McDonald's, which I do, pizza,
What's
which I do.
What's your go-to order at Wendy's?
Cheesy cheddar burger, junior bacon cheeseburger, 6 chicken nuggets, maybe fries.
Oh, okay. I like that. We don't need carbs. We're going straight for the chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets, two burgers.
I don't eat at Wendy's enough to like know I'm not like a big burger girl in general, but I will fuck up some chicken nuggets or some chicken tenders religiously. Like that's all I want to spend my time doing.
They literally opened one across the street from me like 2 months ago. That's why I'm a Wendy's girl now.
Okay.
So literally I exit my apartment and there's a Wendy's right there.
This is good tidbit of information. If anybody wants to start a business in Canada, we will be succumb to proximity instead of loyalty because it's way too cold in the winter to go to be loyal like that.
I thought you were about to say like this is good information if you want to find out where I live. Just look up where the Wendy's are.
Just go search the Wendy's.
Oh, her producer now, the guy obviously was like, yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. It's cold. Like, of course you're going to Wendy's. People are like, ew, gross. Oh my God, I hate that so much. This is a question that usually gets people. What is the most embarrassing note saved in your phone, in your notes app?
Oh my God. My kill count list, I guess.
You have that saved in your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
I would not remember.
This is like, okay, so do you want to open it and read it for us? I'm just kidding.
Me, I'm like, oh, what do you want? I got it. Do you want to just hold my phone and go through it for this whole episode? Just do it that way. What else do I have notes app wise? Oh, like, oh my God. No, you know what I do? Okay, I don't have Twitter. So when I get drunk, sometimes I'll do like drunk song writing in my notes app.
Gorgeous.
Those are bad.
Wait, do you have one that you could like?
I don't know.
Maybe read
off the top
to
of
us?
my head, they're really bad. It's like the worst rhymes you could possibly think of, and really deep. Like if Drake was drunk and a girl.
I have so many questions. Do you have a musical background?
No, not at all.
No. Okay, we're just purely going for
Just
like
vibes.
the music takes you over.
Yeah, I just like for some reason I'm like, okay, it's either gonna be I drunk text somebody or I do this in my notes app, and I go notes app's
The
probably
notes app is
safer.
definitely safer. It is. It is. And you also mentioned Drake, which I was obsessed because you and the co-host of your podcast, you and Zolfar, went to a Drake dress-alike party. We're gonna put the picture of your guys in your costumes on the screen now for people to see.
There's so much lore about this day.
Please.
I would love to talk about it.
Please tell me more.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. I text her. I've never got a text back from my best friend faster than this day. It was on a Saturday, 2 days before in the morning at like 7:56 a.m. I go, hey, I have a sneaking suspicion. There's a Drake lookalike contest at apartment 200 on Saturday. Within 1 minute, 7:56 a.m. She's like, are we going? You want to go? I was like, oh, good morning to you too. Usually she leaves me on red for like 45 minutes and then responds.
Yeah.
So we go.
Wait, sorry, this is the morning of.
Sorry, no, this was 2 days ago. So we decide. We're like, okay, 2 days we're going to go on Saturday. And it's a Drake lookalike contest. They did like the Timothy Chalamet one. I don't know if you saw that one in New York. So same thing. Like that guy apparently started it off where he did like a Timothy Chalamet lookalike contest. It was like in a basketball court outside in New York. Like 20 Timothy Chalamet lookalikes came. A bunch of people came. And then Timothy Chalamet came.
No.
Yeah, oh my God, you need to look this up. It's fantastic. And people were like, he has the opportunity to do the funniest thing right now, and he did it. So this guy kind of kicked off this thing where cities do like lookalike contests. Okay. I didn't realize, at no point did it cross my mind that I could go to this lookalike contest without being in costume. So I was like, we have to go in costume. And you guys saw in the picture, Zolfar obviously looks like Drake with like the pigtails.
The pigtails version. Were incredible, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I don't think I can be Drake, so I'm gonna be Noah 40 Shabib as producer.
That's so smart. You guys were a duo then.
Yeah, we were a duo.
Okay.
Get to the line. Realize 90% of people are not dressed up. They're just there for the lookalike contest. There's like 10 guys who are actually like just dudes who look like Drake. Yeah. Then there's me and her, who are the two girls who are like, well, full send, I guess. So we're coming as Drake and Noah 40 Shabib.
And nobody else is dressed up. Like
there's just girls at apartment 200 just being hot.
What a bunch of cucks. Okay, like get on the train, guys.
I know
what's happening. This is like, you know that meme where it's like the two types of girls on Halloween. Like you're the epitome of that.
Oh my God. Yeah, we were definitely like the ugly costume
in your beards
version.
and your mustaches. Yeah. And Zolfar got pretty far in the competition, didn't she?
Okay, yeah. So that's what happens. There's like 20 Drakes. She's one of them. There's 2 Adonises, and there's only one 40 Shabib, the producer. So I was like, perfect. I win that one. And we literally just went like as a joke. Like we were like, okay, we just want to see what the hell is even gonna happen here. Drake also, like a day before the contest, pitched in $10,000.
Oh, for like the prize or something?
Yeah.
The girl who didn't come himself.
No, but that's kind of why we thought we like wanted to come, because we're like, wouldn't it be funny
that would be
if
really
he
cool.
came to this?
That would be really cool.
So yeah, there's like 20 Drakes. For the first like hour or two, it's just like mingling. All Drake playlist. It was like actually a fever dream.
Were you nervous mingling with so many Drakes?
I was a little nervous just because it was a mosh pit. It was like a mosh pit of Drakes. I can send you a video to like put up too, where I was just like, this is actually like a fever dream. And also like the men were menning, like the 6'7" like top Drakes, like they were really putting their whole like badussi into like the mosh pit. Like they were really like full sending it.
Oh my God.
I mean, Zolfar were like, okay, whoa. Like we're just girls like in the back.
Yeah,
here. Like, we're
something
also
about
here.
that, like all those like men dressed like Drake, just trying to like, that makes me really uncomfortable.
It's an unsafe space.
Yeah, no, that actually sounds like the most unsafe
Cursed
space. A sweet little girl. Like
Depends how you look at it. Very glass half full glass,
you're right.
situation.
Yeah.
To me, it was awesome, but to a lot of people on Instagram, they were like, "This looks like my fucking nightmare.
Right.
Like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life."
To clarify, we love Drake. Drake is a very handsome man, so like there's definitely worse lookalike rooms that you could be in. But yeah, something about just like men screaming about something, especially when they're all in like uniform or like costume like that. I'm like, something bad's gonna happen.
So then, there's like 20 Drake lookalikes. They pick the top 10. Zolfar, my best friend, gets selected as the top 10. Then they have to do like the runway where you have to like walk, sell your Drake, and then they interview you and they ask you 3 questions.
Everyone's doing drag.
That's actually what
doing
it was.
drag.
It was drag for men. It was Halloween for men. It was the most drag for men thing I've ever seen.
Let's go, boys. If you have a clip of that, we'll get that up too. Yeah.
I got it all.
So she's strutting her stuff. She's doing
so
her
there's
Drake
like
walk.
top 10. They all do it, and then there was only one other girl in the lookalike competition. Okay, I'm actually gonna like spill some tea right now.
Yeah, please.
Because there's one other girl, and she's the girl who won. Okay. But there was like some controversy because the question is it a lookalike competition? Because there's 2 guys, like one guy was a Drake impersonator. He came from New York. Another guy, he flew in for this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm crossing international borders.
And you know what? He flew in with the guy who organized the Timothy Chalamet one. So that like original guy came in. I didn't even realize till after. It was like,
okay,
thanks.
So if he won, that's like, he can't win. That's like against the rules.
I don't know.
That's that's like the equivalent of like taking steroids for a sport, I think, right? Like if you're already a Drake impersonator professionally.
Well, exactly. So there was one, and then there was another guy who was like, he was the fan favorite. He was number 3, I think. I might be getting this wrong, but number 3 was the one that everyone thought should win. And then there was a guy from Montreal who came in too. So people came from far and wide. This girl, and then obviously my best friend Zolfar, they had really good costumes. Like it was like, whoa, like you're such a good Drake. But do you win like the lookalike competition?
Okay.
Like, so that was kind of the speculation. And there's $10,000 on the line. So people are like, okay, we're going to be stickler with the rules.
Who's judging this also?
So that's the thing. The way they judged it was just by like audience cheers.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
She had a lot of friends in the audience. So that's why like when she walked it, they kind of like the room went crazy. And it was funny because they said that they were going to pick a winner the second the catwalks were done. But then after the catwalks were done, the judges or like the hosts were like, actually give us a minute because she won based on like screams. But they were like, give us 10 minutes. We'll be right back. We have to just make sure that this like decision is fair. And then they go back and then they ended up like announcing her as the winner. But everyone was like super pissed on social media. And this girl was rude to my friend.
Wait.
The girl who won.
The girl who won was rude.
Yeah. Which she said, because they both were pigtail Drakes.
Oh, okay.
So when she goes up to do her catwalk, she's like, the guy asks her like, okay, so, you know, why are you like the best Drake? Like, why should you win? And she's like, well, I'm the only one with pigtails, as you can see. And my best friend, Zolfar, goes like, as if I'm not standing right here. Oh. And then the whole room is like, ooh.
Damn.
So, yeah, she was just kind of like, I don't know.
Okay, she was really trying to defend her title.
Yeah, it was really like competitive. Like it was in that moment where I was like, whoa, this is like way more serious than I thought it was gonna be. This is sport. Like
I also love the fact that like these like I'm assuming men judging it are just like, we need to actually go in the back and see if this is like to do what? Like, do you actually have a spreadsheet of like 5 different categories you're ranking on? Like, please, like this.
It was
like,
a fever dream.
Yeah, but
like,
as soon as you start putting $10,000 on the line, it's a lot more serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's so funny. That's so funny. So how's I mean, okay, you can't speak for Zolfar, but that wasn't the result you guys wanted at the end of the day.
I
but
think
it's still fun.
Yeah, like the people that were there, we kind of were like the 3rd place guy, like he looks like Drake. Like everyone was like, that's him. Like he should have won. And then, yeah, like if it was the best Drake costume, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Because then everyone would have been in costume. But it
Right.
was best Drake lookalike.
Best
So
Drake lookalike.
that's the politics of that event.
Damn,
if you want to know the nitty gritty.
We're getting deep into it. Okay, speaking of politics, there's so much going on right now as Canadians. You made a really cunty and iconic TikTok last week that I so enjoyed. We were talking about Luigi Mangione. We were talking about him last week on the podcast. Go watch that episode if you haven't had a chance to look at that one yet. But you were comparing him to the Canada Post workers on strike. And you were like, yo, you can't stand by Luigi and then not by these people that are fighting for these same things that you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh my God. What did I say? I was like, the thing with Luigi was, you know, I was like, you can't want to take down CEOs in big companies, but then the second it affects you in your package, you're like, I'm out. I'm out. No, it's okay. The billionaires can run it. Like, we're good. We're so fine. I was like, what the fuck? We're like literally slobbing the knob of Luigi. We're like fan accounts on fan accounts of this guy. And then when it comes to our own like Canadian Post workers.
Right.
Or Canada Post.
And what I think is so interesting to that too, people are like, oh, well, now Canadian Post workers are going to be like making as much as like teachers or like whatever. And I'm like, we should actually pay all those people more money, to be honest.
Yeah, it's always my answer, being like, yeah, we should. Yeah. That actually doesn't sound like a bad thing.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, and I don't know, like it's so unfortunate because I think we're at a time where like everybody like is like foaming at the mouth trying to like have their rights be recognized for some and also just like get paid what they're worth. And then we're all just like, but my Christmas is ruined. Like it's so,
my Christmas. Have you had any packages delayed?
No, because I'm actually perfect. I'm actually better than everybody else. My flyaways may be flying away, but everything else is perfect in my life. No, I've like, this is really bad, but I order a lot of shit through Amazon, which I like don't think has been impacted. Yeah. And there was actually a shout out to a couple of local Toronto businesses. By a couple, I can only remember what the mug right now, but I ordered some custom mugs for people in my life.
Yeah,
and so
do local.
Like, we gotta go like pick it up, like that kind of thing. So anyways, it's obviously not the end of the world. Yeah. But people just have to innovate like that.
Yeah, figure it out. I know. This is like really exposing like the creatives from the non-creatives. I'm like, what do you mean? This is your one little hurdle?
I know.
You've never, yesterday I busted ass to go to Gerrard Square to pick up something on Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. I'm like, come on, like hustle. Like,
and that's
go
just
pick
the struggle
it up.
that you have to,
That's just my day-to-day life as a Torontonian. Like,
literally. And sometimes you're carrying a full IKEA desk chair fully assembled on the subway. Yeah. And
it's your rite of passage.
Yeah. Everyone else should deal with it. What's the craziest thing you've ever actually got on Facebook Marketplace?
Craziest thing? I don't know. Well, I've done what you've done where I've dragged like a table from Cabbagetown to where I was living at Adelaide Church at the time. So I've done
which for people who don't live in Toronto, that is like at least a
30-minute walk.
Yeah. It's a sizable walk.
Like you earn your stripes as that's what I'm saying. Like city girl, like you drag a piece of furniture across the city. What I did do, I've had a crazy selling experience. When I lived in Australia, I moved to Australia right before COVID hit. COVID hits.
Oh, that's so neat. Okay.
I was in this like huge building with my best friend, and they had like one of those like parking garages that connects all three buildings. And people, like all these international students, like everyone was leaving. Like they were like, fuck, like selling furniture. Like we're just throwing it out, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh.
And me and her started a Facebook Marketplace flipping business, and we took everything into our apartment, and I just sold everything on Facebook, and we made a few $1,000s off of it. And that was my hustle during COVID. Like again, be resourceful. Let's figure it out.
I know. Oh my god,
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Let's go, Veronica for Prime Minister. This is
Thank you.
Look at her just reinventing trash into money like this. This is incredible. That's so funny. Yeah. Speaking of COVID and all of that, I want to give everybody a little bit of context of like the Veronica lore.
I'm always so excited to hear this from your perspective.
From my perspective, I was going to say, I'm going to get it wrong, so you need to fill in the gaps for me. But I started following you back, I think like maybe 2 years ago-ish on TikTok.
Sweet.
You were still living in Montreal at the time. You were, I believe, living with your then partner.
Yeah, my boyfriend at the time.
And you were also making these like really funny series about like, I'm tired of clean girl aesthetic. This is just what rat girls do. And it was so relatable. And I found it so healing at a time where we were all like just like trapped inside, and you were like, fuck that shit. Okay. Like let's rat girls. How would you describe a rat girl?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I think it was just like very anti clean girl aesthetic. Like it was that where I was like, rat girl sleeps in her makeup. Rat girl is not going to the gym. I have my period and I'm bleeding all over the sheets. I'm eating Wendy's. Like, I'm just like living real life. Like, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. Like, this is my life.
That's why she gets the Wendy app, so you can just keep free bleeding in your sheets.
All adding up.
Like,
it's all, you know, coming together. So I think it was that where I was like, I'm so fucking tired of seeing Pilates, green juice, and like 15-step skincare routines on my feed. I'm like, I want to see myself.
Yeah.
And then that was what was so nice. I think that was like my first like boom on social media. Like that was the first thing I did where I was like, whoa, like I've had videos that people like, I've had videos that will go viral and people will relate to, but that was the first time that I had a community where people were like, whoa, like I really like you as a person, or like, yeah, like me too, I'm a rat girl. I was like, whoa, I started an army.
Yeah, yeah. That's so cool when you actually like, I don't know, it's like, I'm sure anyone who makes content or does any sort of creative work can relate to this, but like sometimes you're just putting shit out there, you're like, is anyone even consuming this on the other side? Like, is anyone even listening to, if you're a songwriter, like the songs I'm writing, or like what's happening? And you're like, oh my God, the rat girls are here.
No, they're here, and they were there in like numbers, like in flocks.
Have you met any rat girls in real life?
Not like fans or anything, like people who I've known, or like if I run into people that I haven't seen in a long time, like that at that point in my life, it very much was like, yeah, like we're a huge fan, like we love that. But yeah, no, nothing off the top of my head. Like people didn't like come up to me. Actually, one time, you're so right. One time in Montreal, someone was like, I watch your rat girl vlogs.
That's so cool.
And I was like, win. It's all worth it for you, girl.
It is.
If you're watching this, it's for you.
When you saw her, where you're like, that girl's a rat girl. Like not in a way like she looked busted or
like
something
real
like that.
Recognized
but
real.
you were
You're
like, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
This is rat girls rise
It comes
up.
with a certain look. Like that's what I mean. She's not going to be in a Lululemon matching set when she's coming up to me, put it that way.
No. It's like, there's like a dog's chewed off like little sleeve of her sweater or something like that.
Girl.
She's got fucking busted up hair, like a little flyaways.
You know, it gives it away, a missing nail. That's how I'm a rat girl too. I'm like always like, there's been so many videos of mine where people are like, you fix your fucking nail.
You're like, no, rat girls do have a stray nail. Just like I think
a stray nail.
Stray nail. We need to normalize that as women, to stop being fucking clean and just like embrace being fucking messy dirtbags.
Bring back the hygiene routines of like the Middle Ages. Bring back showering once a year. Bring back communal baths.
Imagine the orgies that would take place in a communal bath.
We should start a hashtag. We should like start this.
Hashtag communal baths 2025. 2025 is the year.
Hashtag
communal baths.
Middle-aged. Hashtag, yeah, middle-ages woman. Fuck middle-ages woman. I'm telling you, we have something here.
I feel like we could do it. We could really do it. And also like the way the economy and the political system is going right now, like we will be churning our own butter imminently.
Yeah, we're heading to it.
This is like, if you've been practicing your hand jobs the last few years, good on you, because we will be needing that skill set.
That's so true. Get used to communal baths. We're not going to have an option.
It's like, I know.
One bucket of water for the whole family.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah.
That's theory.
It's a theory. Speaking of, I want to get back to your dating arc and the character arc of Veronica in just a moment. But apparently, the political system being what it is, apparently Donald Trump is now saying that we as Canadians are going to be part of America.
I don't care. Just take us. I don't. Whoever pays me for TikToks, this is it. I don't care. If I can get Target, if I can get paid for my content, fine. I'm an American. Then it's all the day. Back it up. 51st. I'm whatever you want me to be. I don't care.
I know. Isn't it? I mean, yeah. Pros of Canadians being American, like you said, like the Target, the Creator Fund.
Yeah.
Cons.
Everything else. Trader Joe's. That's so
yeah.
true.
Okay. Trader Joe's.
We're
that would
up.
be sick.
3 right there. What does Canada have to give? I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna sound.
I don't know.
You know when you like, this might be very relatable, but when you're going through a breakup or you're like in the stages of like thinking of breaking up with a guy and you write the pros and cons list.
Yes, we're doing the pros and
we're doing the pros and cons, and we're having that moment where you're like, babe, there's 57 pros or 57 cons and one
and we're
bro.
just like, why are you staying? Why are you staying with him? Why are you staying with that
the
man?
pro
There's
is
so
always
cons.
he's tall. Canada, it's big.
Canada is big.
That's all we got.
That's true. He's tall. Actually, the money's pretty. He doesn't really have a job right now. It's like kind of embarrassing.
I kind of make more than him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
You're kind
figuring
of the
it out.
breadwinner.
He's catching up.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But then, like America, like yes, they do have more money, but like they also have all the guns, and they also have like no healthcare, and like no education. You know what I mean? Like I feel like America is like the bad boy you date in your 20s, and you're just like, oh my god, like this is so great. I'm having such a good time. He's so big. He's so strong. Look at his army. Like look at the size of it. It's so big. He's got the biggest army you've ever seen. But then you're like, I can't have kids with that guy.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
I definitely can't have kids with that guy. Like
No.
he that would be dangerous.
Canada's sweet.
Yeah.
He's the sweet guy who's known for being nice.
I know.
But does the nice guy ever work out? 10 years
know.
from now? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't take my dating advice.
Let's get a time machine. We'll come back. Yeah, this is like
Be right back.
This is two girls who have no idea what they're talking about. This is like
Oh my God, yeah.
This is like
Disclaimer, don't listen to me. Do not do what I do.
Disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, this is all alleged.
Alleged. I started talking shit immediately on the podcast. I was like, this girl said this and that allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just keep a banner down here the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. And also allegedly that girl was rude at the Drake contest.
Allegedly.
We don't actually know that. Allegedly she did not conduct herself. Allegedly she acted like an American. Allegedly she was acting like that.
But would we be mad if a man did it?
No.
Would she be rude if
Probably
a man did
not.
it?
There's so many things. This is like
Can't even start on that list. Yeah, it's never ending.
Goddamn. I know. I personally like. I really hope we don't become part of America. That's just like also like the admin that would take.
Oh,
not to mention there being like
I don't want to fill out forms
like a war. Yeah, no. Oh my God.
I don't want to deal with mail.
Oh my God. Could you imagine all of us need to like apply for American driver's license or something like that?
I'm done.
Fill it out. Like people think their taxes are bad now. Like you're gonna pay all that money for your little paperwork to get processed.
No, I don't want to do it.
Oh my God. And also like what the fuck is gonna happen to Tim Hortons? I know they're already like in America, but like
they're freer.
Yeah.
Free Tim Hortons.
Is Wendy's Canadian? Wendy's is Canadian.
Is it?
I think so.
I don't know. I think they have it in the States.
Let's fact check that. I don't want to contribute to these lies that Wendy's bought.
That's why the Timmy's quality went down so much. They changed the beans. So this is allegedly the tea. Wendy's bought Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons beans got replaced. And guess who bought Tim Hortons beans? McDonald's. So that's why the McDonald's coffee is actually good now. Yeah. So if you want a coffee, go to McDonald's because they have the OG Tim Hortons ones in Canada. Yeah. Allegedly. Cannot be scientifically proven.
That's, oh my gosh. Wait, so Wendy's bought
Timmy's.
And Wendy's is an American company.
I guess so.
So what does Canada have left anymore?
I don't know. Yeah, we literally Lululemon, Aritzia. Canadian? Yeah, Lululemon's Canadian, Aritzia is Canadian. Okay. But ever since they expanded to the States, the quality has gone down. Or expanded like internationally. So that's the other thing. We've literally got rinsed on everything that we loved that was ours. They took it from us.
Okay, so should we fight back then? It sounds like the girlies need to rise up about the Aritzia. Like, either this is where we're drawing the line.
Revolt. Yeah. Or if you can't beat them, join them. And I guess we're the 53rd state of the United States of America. As long as my Aritzia quality and my Tim Hortons comes back. Yeah. And I don't have to fill out a form. We're good.
Yeah, we don't have to fill out a form. My kids can't go to school anymore without getting shot. But like, rip. Like, it's fine.
Oh my God.
Even better. Okay, we want to come back. I want to come back to your dating arc. Speaking of toxic men. Okay.
Oh, let's get into it. How much time do we have? Like 45 minutes?
We've got lots of time. We'll here all night. We'll hear all night. We're here for the rest of the night. Some people maybe don't know. I don't know. Let me know if I can say this. But Veronica is actually the girlfriend of a former guest.
Oh, that's one way to put it. Oh, let's not give him a name.
Yeah, let's not. You guys go to the comments and try to figure out
I like that.
who her man is. We're just going to be referring to him. We're just going to be referring to him as Veronica's boyfriend for the rest of this episode.
Veronica's boyfriend. I like
Veronica's
that.
boyfriend.
I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
You don't get a name if you're a boyfriend. Husbands get names. Yeah. And what do we say? Husbands get grid posts also.
Husbands get grid posts before that. Like in the boyfriend package, like, sorry, you need to subscribe to the higher package.
Pay the premium price. Yeah. So Veronica's boyfriend.
The premium price. But so when you were in Montreal, you broke up with somebody that you were living with.
So I was with my ex for almost 5 years. Yeah.
Oh, how old are you now? If you don't mind
28.
Saying. You're 28. Okay.
Yeah. So like half of my 20s. You're 27?
Like, yeah.
Oh my
gosh,
we're
just like sweet little teenage girls.
I do feel like I feel the older I get, the younger I feel. I felt definitely older at like 24, 25 than I do feel now.
No, same. Even if I'm going to pop a picture on the screen, this is so vulnerable to me, but I feel like even when I was like 21, I looked older.
Yeah,
than I do right now.
You don't know,
and I think it was partly because I was like so preoccupied with like being like, I didn't want to be a kid anymore.
That's
like,
what it was.
You know what I mean?
I was so like in my career, like it was like my job serious, my relationship serious, like I'm moving, like I'm going to take it all serious. And now I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. And I feel like
I'm like, Hillary, take off the glasses and the sweater vest. Like it's not necessary right now. Like, it's okay. So did you move to Montreal with your ex?
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was we started dating in Toronto. We met 1 month later. He moved to Iceland. I moved to Australia. We met knowing that we both already were like gonna move. So we're like, perfect, let's hook up. This is nothing. Fall in love. End up doing long distance. And then 6 months later, I was in Australia, COVID hit. We had planned for him to like come because he had went for school. So we had planned for him to like come to Australia with me and like my best friend who I moved, this girl, Alina. We were there. We're like, let's do a summer, whatever. And then everything shuts down, right? So what ended up happening was
Wait, so sorry, you'd already gone to Australia before the lockdowns had started
exactly.
happening?
Literally 3 weeks before lockdowns.
Oh,
I was there for 3 weeks in Melbourne, and then on the third
and Australia
week,
had, I think, like really strict lockdowns.
we were
too,
in the
right?
state and like the city that had the most severe lockdowns, like 100-meter max radius. Like you could get like stopped, asked like what you were doing.
Yeah.
And we couldn't even, we had friends in like Queensland and like more northern Australia with like the beaches and everything like that. And you couldn't do, it's kind of similar to Canada. Like, you can do province to province travel.
Yeah.
So we were bunkered down.
Oh my God.
But yeah, long story short,
You're still talking to the man.
Who?
You end up still talking to your ex when you're in Australia?
Yeah, like we're doing long distance. Like every day we're talking.
Sorry, rewind. You literally only dated for a month?
Yeah, like in person.
In person?
Yeah.
And at the time you were like, this is just a hookup fun thing?
No, like the first day or two. And then after 2 weeks, we were like, okay, we love each other. Like we're gonna, like we're exclusive.
Gotcha,
Like we're for sure in a relationship. Do long distance for 6 months.
Oh my God.
And then I ended up flying straight to Iceland to be with him because there was no flights. Like the flights were fucked. Like he couldn't come to me. I couldn't go back to Canada. That was the biggest thing. Like I had, so finally Iceland and those like countries were the first, like Sweden, what is it? Like the Shenzhen area. Is that how you say it?
Sure.
Shenzhen, whatever, those like Nordic countries. They were
so
the
sorry
first
if we've
ones.
offended anybody from there. Write it in the comments so we know who it is.
Just alleged disclaimer. I'm sorry. Whatever else. My bad. But they were like the first countries that opened up. Yeah. And they were like, okay, as long as you get tested, you can like come into the country. So go to Iceland. And then from there, we were there for 6 months, figuring out how to get back to Canada.
So you started the relationship the first year of your relationship, you went from 6 months long distance. Yeah. And then 6 months, like, oh, now we're living together.
Yeah.
Like, so, oh my God.
Literally, I was just talking about this with my boyfriend now, where I was like, in my last relationship, that was the last time that I'll do this. But like, we didn't realize until a few years later that we never had the conversation of living with each other because it was the crazy times of COVID. It was like, well, fuck else are you going to do? Like, come here. But then from there, we ended up moving to Montreal, there for 2 years. And then we moved back to Toronto. Like, we're both from there last year. And then we ended up splitting up after like 8 or 9 months of our condo together in Toronto. Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So sorry, what you're saying is you would not recommend people start a relationship long distance and then immediately move in with someone.
You know what? It wasn't bad. I really did like that relationship. Yeah. But I think like when we were breaking up, because he's a couple years older than me. So exactly. We started the relationship when I was like 21, 22. He was like 23. And ended it at like 27, 28, and 29 on his part.
But that's like your whole 20s with like one person. Yeah. Which like, let's face it, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like trauma I've had or something like that. But like, I don't remember the first like 10 years of my life that vividly. So then when you get to be like 26, 27 and you're like ending a relationship and you're like, I've been with this person like half my like conscious life.
Yeah,
like,
for
it
sure.
feels so big.
I really felt like I lived my life with that person. Like that was so nice in that sense. Like we really are like amicable now. Like everything was good in our breakup. We just knew like we're not going down like the same path, I'd say.
Yeah.
But that is like one of the post-mortem conversations that we had. We were like, like we never really like talked about like moving in together. Like it all just flowed.
Yes.
But like maybe now that we're older, it would have been more of a like, okay, what do you want from life? What's your career? Like what's your expectations of living with someone? Like we didn't do any of that.
I know. I had like, it's funny because I had like a very similar experience in my early 20s where I was also like long distance with somebody.
Okay.
And then moved in with them. Yeah. And then that was the most like time we were spending together. And then I think we were together for almost 3 years, like or 2.5 years in like total. And then we lived together for like the last year. Yeah. And that was when I was like, as soon as we moved in together, I was like, oh, I don't know if that was the best decision.
That's what happened for me, where it was the last time that we moved in together because it was our third like apartment that we lived in. And it was on that time where what happened with me and him was the roommate phase, where I was like, we are just really good friends. We really understand each other, but we're roommates. Like there's no like super romantical like chemistry. Like you're not keeping that like romance alive. And especially after like 4 or 5 years with jobs, with everything, with busy schedules, I know. You have to really be on top of like, okay, let's make some romantical time. So it was kind of that too, where I was like, oh, like I knew like 2-3 months in, I was like, we're not like in a good like flow. Like we're not hitting the
And had you been experiencing that before you moved into your last apartment with him?
Honestly, no. You know what? Maybe like towards the end of us living together in Montreal, like baby snippets of it.
Yeah.
But like, again, nothing like enough to be like, okay, this is like not sustainable. But it was really, and it's kind of unfortunate. It's like a blessing and a curse, but like my life got so much busier and so did his, and kind of what you were saying, like,
Yeah, you're like, I'm a rat girl now, I'm popping off.
dude, like
I've got rat girl
doing
army.
things. You have an army to take care of,
Yeah.
your children to feed, like
I've got rat girls at home.
real shit to worry about.
Yeah.
So
no, that's so true.
yeah, it just got busier, and it was like, fuck, like if you're not on top of it, like you're just gonna get lost
Yeah.
in what you're doing. Yeah.
Do you remember, was there either a moment on his side or your side where you were like, oh, the magic has fizzled, or like you're not like romanced in the same way you want it to be?
You know what? I feel like I had an answer to this question before. It's kind of like slipped my mind now, but yeah, like it was honestly, when girls say it's the little things, it's always the little things. It's really just like, it's not going to be like a big blowout fight or something like that. Like we really, honestly, for the most of that relationship, I didn't fight with that person. Like that's why for like 5 years, it really was like conversation, sure, but we weren't fighting. But it's like small moments. Like it'll be something like, you know, like they don't get you a coffee, or like tiny things that you just realize maybe this is not my person or my future, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? Was it like a big realization?
It was a bit more of a bigger realization. Also, sorry, I know you were just being silly with like the American stuff earlier, but we have diversity here on this podcast. We're getting deep. If you want to break up with somebody this holiday season, do it. If you don't do that.
Do not go into 2025 with a guy you want to break up with.
Ooh, yes, love that. Well, I want to get your take on New Year's resolutions totally as well. But yeah, for like, it's such a good question. So like the relationship that I was in, like from my perspective, like he almost became like a bit of a different person when we moved in together.
Oh, interesting.
And I think there was like a lot of factors at play. So like I was like down here in like Southern Ontario. He lived in Kingston, which is like about like a 3-hour drive. So like not like long distance, but like long enough that's like, you know, kind of like weekends thing. And then I actually moved to Thunder Bay right after I finished school.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long were you there?
About a year. And that was the year that we like lived together.
Okay.
I went up there for work, and I remember like when I was offered the job, because then again, it's like a new grad and like what I was like working in, I was like, okay, there's not a lot of opportunities. Like sure, if I got to go to Thunder Bay, cool, whatever. It'll be a fun experience, which shout out T-Bay. Hello, all my fans from there. No. But, and I remember like calling him when I got the job, and I was kind of like, okay, like they offered me this job. Like, I think I'm going to take it. And like, I think I asked him, like, I was like, do you think, like, would you move with me, or would we keep doing long distance? Like, I was open to a variety of options. And he was like, oh, no, like, I'll come. Like, it'll be great. Cool. I was like, okay. And that was kind of like
in fact, not great.
Narrator, dun, dun, dun. It was actually not that great.
It's not chill.
I know. But yeah, and I think that was kind of the extent of the conversation of like moving in together. That was kind of it. And then
I think it's a canon event. I think every girl needs to go through the just figure it out. Just move in.
Just do it. You just do it.
But
then I get really sad and scared when I see girls where I'm like, no, honey, you didn't see the writing. You should have actually dumped him like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And now this is kind of embarrassing for everybody. But like,
now we're all involved.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Now we've got a side group chat being like, yo, is this man coming? Ugh, gross. But like, yeah. I think it takes like at least like 2-ish years to like really know someone. Like at least, and
very much agree with this.
Like knowing them, but I think like you've got to unpeel like the layers of somebody, and you also need to know. This is like one thing that I've realized as I'm maturing in my ancient age of 27 years old, is that like it's like also too like how you like. I used to be very averse to conflict. And so like that was definitely a factor in like the downfall of my previous relationship. And so I was kind of like, oh my God, if there's any sort of like disagreement or whatever, then like that means it's bad. And it's like, no, actually you should have conflict. Exactly. But it's like, where does that conflict go? Do you go to like making personal attacks or like calling names, or is it just kind of like
how you actually argue is very important?
Exactly. Yeah. So I didn't realize all these things, but yeah. And I felt like, so we moved in together, and it was so funny when we first moved in. I don't think I've talked about it like this on the podcast yet before, but I started getting like, I struggle with like depression and like little scatterbrain and all those things. But I had never really struggled that much with anxiety up until that moment. And I just started getting like the like panic attacks out of nowhere, Veronica. And like, I didn't realize they were at the time. Like my chest just started like hurting. And I was like, oh, I guess I've been smoking a lot of weed recently. Like maybe that's something else. Like I was like, or my diet hasn't been that good, or I need to like hit the gym more or something like that. But it like genuinely like felt like pain. Like I felt like I'd done too many push-ups, like kind of like hit chest day too hard kind of thing. And I went to like a walk-in clinic, and I was like, hey guys, this is what's happening. Like check, can you whatever. They gave me a scan, everything, check my blood pressure, check my blood levels. And they were like, yeah, you're fine. here's some pamphlets for like anxiety, but because I was describing what's happening, and I was like, oh shit. And like looking at the time, I was kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. I guess I have to like meditate a little bit more or something like that. But looking back on it, I think that was my body telling me like, no, this is like not a match. And yeah, anyways, I don't want to like speak like badly about anything like that. I think he was also going with his own struggles of like mental health and like that kind of thing too. But your body knows. Yeah. And it was similar to like kind of like we moved in together, kind of like just being more roommates. And he had like kind of anger management issues. Oh no. Also. Yeah. Which is like not sexy and cool and fun. So yeah, anyways, fellas, if you got anger management issues, take care of that yourself. Don't take it out on other people.
Yeah. Here's the banner down here with the hotline.
Don't take it out on hot girls that you're gonna have a podcast in the future and drag your name. No, I'm just kidding.
Seriously, look at us now.
Look at us now, bitch.
You knew it would come back.
So funny.
This is what this all was for.
Yeah, I know. I thought this was gonna have more of a holiday, like New Year's.
Kind of vibe, why do you want to break up with your boyfriend during the holidays?
Yeah, spin it. Spin it. Why to break up? How to break up with your boyfriend on the holidays? 101.
This is gonna be more about
okay, also, but I like if I was in a situation where I'm like, okay, I think I need to end it. And I would wait till after the holidays personally.
Oh yeah, big believer in this.
Like unless
birthday and or holidays.
Like at this point, by the time you're hearing this episode, you got to sit through the holidays. I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, go see their parents. Do double cheek kiss, get it over with.
Yeah.
And deal with it on January 2nd.
I think, yes. Okay, either January 2nd is kind of cunty. Just like you're, okay, I like you didn't pick January 1st because you're not like hungover.
No, give them the
and
day.
like,
they're hungover. They're going to have anxiety. No, don't do it January 1st. That's actually the worst day to break up with someone January 1st.
January 1st. I think you have to do it before Valentine's Day though.
Yeah, exactly. You have a window.
Yeah,
you
have
can't
a window.
Fester. Then, this is what I say. Okay, this is what I figured out.
Yeah.
Cuffing season is,
It's like October.
Okay, yes. Cuffing season is September, October, November, December, January, February.
What?
And then chopping season is March, April, May, June, July, August. Because you have all the main holidays during cuffing season. Oh. Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Halloween matching costumes. If you have birthdays, for sure. Christmas, and then New Year's, and then Valentine's Day. But then after that, you're done. You have no more obligations for the rest of the year. Get back out there.
You're free until August, and then the whole cycle starts again.
Yeah, that's why I think.
What did you say? Cuffing season and cutting season.
Cuffing season and chopping season.
Chopping season. That's it.
So chopping season is like you're out there, you're hustling, you're making new connections, and then cuffing season is. I always say by the time the first leaf of the season falls, you need to be cuffed up. You have a boyfriend.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
it's
I know.
Like a Disney movie from hell.
Instead of like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's like Veronica and her like seven men roster or something like that. I don't know.
Can I show you something? Okay. Yeah. I had my friends fucking hate me for this when I was single. This is so bad. I have an Excel sheet that is my roster.
I love you so much.
And I had the weekly participants and I made it sports themed and I ranked them and I put notes between every single one of them. And then I had elimination weeks when someone got chopped off the roster.
Oh my God. Wait, did people have to do something bad to get chopped off the roster? It was just like, it's too big. You're
sometimes
gone.
They did something bad. Sometimes they were in jail. And sometimes it was just like process of elimination. Like I can't balance more than 4 guys at a time. And this just was like the worst one.
Yeah.
And he gets eliminated. Yeah. He cannot continue till the next week. And it felt like Survivor on every Sunday. I would be like,
the tribe has spoken.
The tribe has spoken. We have to put out your fire.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's what my summer was like.
We're matching on Tinder, actually. The fire has been put out.
You're uncuffed. You're so free to go.
It's so funny because I appreciate the idea behind roster dating. I could never successfully execute it.
You're one or the other, I feel like, as a girl. You either get it or you're just like, this is not for me.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments, girls. Which one are you? Are you a roster girl? Or are you? I think like there was a time where I was like, roster, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. The girls are like cool.
You know what? I full send both ways. I love being in a relationship. I'm a serial relationshipper. When I'm in, I'm in. Like I'm locked in, and that's what I would prefer. Like I do want to get married one day. Like I do want to spend my days with someone who I love. But when I'm single, I will go full time the other way. Like, if we're doing it, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna bitch out on.
No,
don't bitch out on your single. No,
life. Don't. Like really do it. That's my biggest advice to a lot of my like single girlfriends and stuff. Like just do it, man.
Yeah.
Get the trips. Get the whatever.
What would you if I was still single in this moment?
Yeah.
And I was like. Like this is shit. Okay, I can't do the roster thing. I'm like, because what would happen to me is like I'd obviously like even in your roster, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's always one where you like them better than all the others.
Yeah, there's one.
Yeah,
that lasts until the end. That's who I'm dating now. Veronica's boyfriend now is the one who lasted and who fought against all the others. No, not really. It wasn't a fight.
That's
it was
I love that.
He made it. Yeah.
He made it this far.
Yeah, he made it this far.
Which we still can't reveal his identity. That's secret.
No, this is so fun. I like this game.
Also because I know it's going to piss him off that we didn't give him extra clout on this one. So.
Apparently he said my name on the episode too. That's what he said.
As we said earlier, husbands get announced.
Yeah, you can change this at any time you want. I'm speaking directly to him right now. Being like, you know what you need to do to get your name on this podcast. So don't ask me. You know.
Do you want to get married to him, do you think?
I'm not opposed to it. I think it's funny. The same way that we were saying, the older you get, the younger you feel. This relationship feels so youthful to me.
Oh, I love that.
This is the first time that I'm not like stressed about that stuff. I feel like in last relationships, I was like, okay, like 2 years, like after 2 years, you should move in and like, yeah, like you should get married. Now I'm just kind of like, life doesn't work like that. Like if it happens, it happens. Yeah. And it's just so nice, like seeing where it goes.
Does your inner child, like, does that make like where you feel like you guys like play together?
We play 100% playful relationship.
That's so nice.
Like I really like that too. Like it's, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we put
well, you're going to have to go look in the past episodes and see who's the most playful boy of them all.
I also want to know what your audience thinks of who I should be matched with. Imagine there's like 100 comments of like, oh, she's with that guy 100%. And my boyfriend's like, try again.
Yeah, what?
It's actually me, guys.
We will, I'll make a whole series of it on my Instagram stories. Don't you worry. I'm also reflecting now that like a lot of the men we've had on have been gay men too. So like that also, that narrows it down.
Well, he kind of.
Like, okay, we're gonna end it there. We can't give any more spoilers.
No more secrets.
It's so funny that we've already said too much. But that's so
redacted.
Funny. But that's redacted. There's oh my god, I know. But it's like it's such a journey when you're like trying to figure out like and you're also trying to grow up yourself and like it's cool to be able. And I think too like I am a very like definitely more of a rat girl, not a clean girl. But I feel like I try to be like overachieving in everything I do. Can you do that as a rat?
Rat girl sun, clean girl rising. Sometimes.
Like sad girl moon.
Sad girl, yeah, I was going to say anxious girl moon.
What is your
big three?
Yeah, what are your big three?
I've been dying to talk about it. We're getting into everything on this episode. Okay, guys, let's play toxic or not. Scorpio sun, Scorpio moon, Pisces rising.
That is a lot of water, girlfriend.
I don't have any fire in my chart.
Okay.
I'm all water. I have like some Virgo in there.
What's your Venus?
I'm pretty sure Venus might be in Scorpio or
that's your one of love. You're so much. So this makes sense why we had an instant connection. You have so much Scorpio. I have so much Taurus.
Oh yeah,
so
Earth
much
signs.
Taurus.
Yeah, sister signs. Yeah, we get along. I love Taurus girls. We're sisters. Ketchup and mustard.
Can't you see the resemblance? Is your family? You said Polish?
No, from Belarus.
From Belarus. Okay,
yeah, but we have like a Polish leaning like last name, like very like Slavic. Wait, what did you ask me? What's my Venus? Libra.
A Libra Venus.
Yeah. So I'm ruled by aesthetics.
Yes.
And my best friend is a Libra sun, and her Venus is in Scorpio. So we're like,
you guys are perfect for your like. I know. That makes sense though. I feel like with the Libra Venus. Oh, sorry, if there's somebody listening to this that just like blacked out and has no idea what we're talking about anymore. Venus is like how you relate to other people and like you love, and Libra is like an air sign, which is like very flowy, very like. So it makes sense that you could do like the roster kind of thing
in relationships too. Yeah, that's true. Like if you're not, they're very social. Like Libra is like not the gossip, the flirt of the zodiac is what they say. So yeah, exactly. If you're single, you're going to be a flirt, but also when Libras are in relationships, they're also very like anti-conflict. They're very like the scales. Like they want everything to be just. They want everything to be like everyone's happy. I feel like that's definitely like where I go into in a relationship where I'm always like, well, women in general, we're always empaths and we're always thinking about 10 things at once.
We're carrying the economy. We're the ones that would have to do all the admin if we became American. You know what I mean? Like this would be a war on women. I'm gonna stand by that claim right now. Okay.
Retweet.
And the only consolation prize would be Target and Trader Joe's.
Yeah, and just spend more of our money on stupid shit we don't need.
At least we'd be paid in USD. Goddamn it!
Yeah, you know what? At least I have a couple extra dollars.
Yeah,
I guess.
I know. Okay, but going back to the astrology. So I'm a Taurus sun, a Taurus moon, and a Taurus Venus.
Oh my god, I love you.
So this is like
adding up.
But the Taurus Venus is like Venusing, where it's like yes, I also care about like the physical appearance, the smell, like this, how like my partner like relates to sense. Like I'm such like a physical touch girly, and I don't know if it's because of like the mental illness as well, where I'm like she loves a weighted blanket. Okay.
Oh my god.
I love to be, you know, like if my boyfriend could just like hug me 24/7 and like we don't even need to speak, we don't even need to do anything, that'd be amazing.
Okay, how do you feel about touching or like cuddling when you're going to sleep? Are you
Don't
yay or
like
nay?
it. Don't like it. Thumbs down.
Damn it.
No.
I'm so like, I'm alone on this mountain and I will die on this hill.
You'll die on this hill?
I need to cuddle.
Okay,
but my boyfriend now doesn't.
He doesn't. Okay,
Like, he does?
Let's face off on this issue properly. Give me like 4 sentences why you think you need to cuddle to fall asleep.
Personally, for selfish reasons, I fall asleep faster.
Okay.
I fall asleep faster. I sleep better. I will literally, like this past week, I'll have like sleep paralysis if I don't sleep with my significant other. It's bad. Like I have really bad anxiety dreams.
Okay.
Also, I don't run hot. So again, for me, it's not like an issue of like sweating. And then I don't know, 4th sentence, it just feels good, just cozy. I'm just a cozy girl.
The cozy cute.
Just a cozy girl.
Just a cozy little
cute girl.
I'm imagining you getting ready for bed and you've got like some cool like heatless curl situation in your hair. You've got like the full lip tape, like, no, whatever it is, everything that the girls are doing to go to bed ugly and wake up hot. And then imagining you're doing that and then you're like being like swaddled like a little baby, like a little sweet cute baby, swaddled like a sweet little baby. Like this is Veronica falling asleep. My counter argument is I enjoy like a cuddle moment.
Yes.
When you're like, okay, good night.
And now roll over.
And like maybe for like 2 minutes after that of touching is fine. Okay, you know what? If you want like touch feet, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I need to touch a little bit
just
something. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like to be bum to bum. I don't want to be like
bum to bum.
Chest to no. Let's bring back bum to bum.
Bring back bum to bum. Hashtag bum to bum.
Have you ever thought about when you're sleeping in bed beside your partner and you fart and the fart hits his bum? Like, is that a human centipede moment? Like,
I do this all the time.
Where does the fart go? What if you fart and he burps? Like, did the guys just...
Who's alpha in that situation? Who wins? I don't know.
Yeah, this is like, what if he burps it up and swallows the burp and then farts? This is so, we've got to the silly part of the sleepover today. This is like, okay, this is like, I hate.
It's not a what if for me. This is my daily life. You know who I'm dating. He's a disgusting man. He's always, I say my boyfriend's always leaking. He's always, he's always sneezing, burping, coughing, farting, has tummy troubles, eats too fast, needs to lie down, needs to nap.
He's actually just a little sweet baby.
There's always one issue at once at all times, if not 2 or more stacked together.
It's true. That's actually true. If you think men are leaking, they're either talking, which they're probably spitting, let's face it. They're breathing, which in 2020, soon to be 2025, as you as a man, why do you have to breathe? That's disgusting. Then like they've always got stuff coming out of their dick.
That's like, right. We haven't even got down there.
We haven't even reached that. Like,
we're just up about half right now. It's already 11 like, issues that I named.
Like, look at your man and he's coming and you're like, ew, we're at brunch. Can you put that away? Like, it's disgusting.
God. It's disgusting.
Okay. So my argument for non-cuddles, I didn't even know like a leaking man is a whole nother thing. Like that's like.
Reel it back in.
But guys, go watch that episode with her leaking man so that we can get some ad revenue his
I'm
way.
really
so we can fix
selling
it.
it. People are like, okay, now I need to know who this disgusting little creature is and why he's with this goddess right now.
No, but it is actually. I'm not going to call your boyfriend ugly or anything like that. I never speak ill. But
he's a man.
Like, no, I don't think relationships work if the guy's hotter.
Yeah, real.
No.
That's actually so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever met a hot man.
Period.
That you think about it. So I don't even know how that would happen.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what? What? Yeah. It's the same. Okay, so my argument for not sleeping together or like touching, you can't fall asleep peacefully. And then, the hair. Oh, okay.
See, it lives in his face.
It lives in his face. Yeah, your leaking man's just better than mine then, I guess. Could just like take the hair. No, but I think like the hair, we don't know where that is. And then where does the breath go? Okay, so like the breath is on the back of my neck.
Yeah.
And that is like the spot where like if you want to cool down or something, they say put something cold, like right? Like so it's like
there.
The warmth on the neck. I also like when I get into my little like, okay, Hill Dog's going to sleep now. Trying to calm down the brain and I feel someone touching me, like for me like touch is like stimulating. It's like relaxing, but it's also just like I like it, but it's like I don't want to be touching like that. And then it's the temperature and then it's like I feel like I always get the shit under the stick no matter what way we're cuddling, where like oh, we're spooning and I'm a little spoon. Now I'm at the fucking edge of the bed. And what if I want to roll over and, like, God forbid, stretch my neck on the other side or sleep on my stomach? Then I have like a fraction of the bed to do that on. And he's just there being like, I'm being like the cuddly big spoon that I am. Meanwhile, there's like 2/3 of the bed of cold, uncharted territory he hasn't even ventured onto yet.
Real.
And so, like, what do? Do you do like a flip over him to get to that cool side of the bed? Like, do you take your man's side of the bed?
See, I feel like now that you're explaining it, I'm realizing that I'm actually such a feminist queen because the way that I sleep is I'm the problem. Oh. I occupy space. Women occupying space. Take up space. Exactly. So I take up space. And, like, whatever, like, you know that expression, like, the back of my head is not my problem? Yeah. That's how I feel. I'm like, whatever's going on back there, not my problem.
You're welcome.
I face this way, he's behind me. That's my ideal cuddle. My hair, not my problem. My ass and what comes out of it, not my problem.
That's all back. It's like, if you
find us.
If we humans had to be because of it, that's on you.
Yeah, I'm actually such a gaslight queen, babe. I thought this was behind us. I thought we got over this. I have no shortage of puns. So
this is like, how do you decide who gets which side of the bed? Like when you're first dating.
Ooh, because that's a good question.
You lock that pattern in for the rest of your future together.
Do you have like have you been on the same side since like childhood? Like, have you slept the same? Because I've kind of switched it up depending on apartments.
I've switched it up. Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it's comfy.
When you sleep with your boyfriend, do you guys have sides?
At my place and at his place, we have sides.
Are they the same sides?
They're different, actually, now that you mention it. Yeah, we switch at his place, and then I'm on the left at my place. Yeah. Because that's where my bedstand is, and my phone charger, and all my stuff.
Yeah.
And then
there's no bedstand on the other side. He's just rogue. Like,
no, they just get the floor. Like, what else do they need?
You want a cup of water? Sit on the floor.
Men have to earn everything.
Yeah.
You earn a cup of water. You earn when he first started, no blanket, no pillows, no sheets. He just slept raw dog beside me.
You can just get farted on all night, and that's what you just
exactly that. How did you know?
You can just like give men a bedside table. Like, what else are they gonna try to come for?
Don't give them ideas. Whoa.
Yeah. James, my producer, who's a man, is like, I'm really upset right now.
He's like, yeah, guys, the cameras are dying. We gotta shut this down. I gotta call this right now.
This is like actually so silly. Okay, so you guys have different sides.
Yeah, apparently. You just made me realize this.
That's mayhem to me. I think you need to immediately go home and start a fight about that. I don't think he loves you tonight. Yeah, I don't think he loves you enough if he's making you switch sides like that. Like, how rude.
That's actually so rude.
You know? Yeah. Also, I think about like my face too, where I'm like, if I sleep on one side too much, then all the skin.
Oh my God,
you know,
yeah.
This is
apparently makes you like it affects like your wrinkles and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm learning so many things.
I know. Which like I wish we weren't so chronically online like that. I know. And I didn't even have to like pay attention to these.
I'm getting all the like geriatric like anti-aging ads now that we're in our late 20s.
Oh, now that we are elders.
You're kind of on the cusp. Like when I was 27 a few months ago, I just turned 28. I was like, okay, 27 is my hot take. It's like the last year of your mid 20s.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
I see that.
24, 25, 26, 27. Like those are the four.
Yeah.
But 28, you're like, no, you're like definitely in your late 20s. Which I don't mind. I like getting older. Can't wait to get older. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your like dream? Like if you could like close your eyes and be like, yo, any age, like what would your dream life be?
I feel like I'm going to be like at my dream life at like 33, 35.
Oh, okay. She's coming up soon.
Yeah, she's coming up soon. Give me a couple years.
It's funny because I've also thought that about myself too.
People always say like my older like friends, peers, coworkers, they're always like the 30s are like your 20s just with more money, more freedom.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm like retweet. I'm excited for that.
This is like, as soon as we start getting all paid in USD because we're Americans, we'll be so rich.
It's over for you, man. It's over. It's just gonna be all the girls with blankets and penthouses and bedside tables.
The Canadian men should be scared. They should be shivering right now. Veronica and Hillary are coming for them. That's so funny. Speaking of Canadian men, what did you get your man for Christmas? Can you...
Oh, you know what?
This,
we just talked about this. Okay, cool. Because we both have November birthdays. Mine was November 9th, and then his was November 20-something. I'm going to leave it vague for you guys to figure it out. So he's at the end of November.
That's also another hint. Her boyfriend's a Scorpio.
Yeah, we're both Scorpios. I hear you guys yelling at me, actually. I heard everyone go, whoa.
Ew.
This is crazy. But so our birthdays like just passed. So that was really fun. It was like literally 2 weeks apart. My birthday, we did a bunch of stuff, and then his birthday, we did a bunch of stuff. So we just talked about it this week where it's like, are we going to do like Christmas? Like,
girl, you left it late. You were like, you left the conversation late.
I know. Yeah. That's why we were like, holy fuck, Christmas is next week. Because he's going to go back for like a day or two to see his family. Okay. And then same thing with me. I'm going to see, like, my parents are separated. So I see my mom on the 24th and then my dad on 25th or whatever, vice versa. So I was kind of like, yeah, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to do like a Christmas dinner like us two, like on the 26th? Like, do you want to just do something like nice, us two? And then he was annoying me yesterday, like playfully, because he's like, yeah, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, I haven't thought about it. And I was like, we could do like an experience. Like we could either go do something like a date night. I feel like birthdays, it makes sense to get people presents. But when if it's Christmas, I'm like, maybe we just do something nice together. Like go to Niagara or whatever.
Oh, nice.
I don't need to like get something from you. But then he was annoying me. And then I literally said halfway through, I was like, no, you know what? Buy me something. I was like, actually, you're going to buy me something. You're going to get me something from my list, actually. And maybe one a day for the next 8 days, or how long do we have until
Oh
Christmas?
my God. Wait, okay, is your Christmas list also in Excel? Or like, did you put that in a
Notes app.
digestible?
I'm a notes app girl. Yeah,
Okay.
digestible. No.
Okay.
I actually don't have anything off the top of my mind for Christmas. He's actually really good at shopping for me.
Is he? Okay.
He's so good. Like, especially like clothing. Like, I've never met a guy that he just knows my size. Like, he's like, I go to stores and I just like put my hands up and he's like, yeah, that's her size.
Damn.
And it actually is. Usually
That's
guys.
also the biggest hint for everybody because your man literally said that in that chair.
Oh my
He like can guess people's.
What did he say?
Like I can't remember if it was when we were already rolling, but like
My
he
twin.
guessed my height spot on.
Yeah,
like, just
he's
from me like
really
sitting.
good at eyeballing and picking clothing. So yeah, he's really good at shopping for me. So I think that's nice too. Like anything he gets me, I'm just like, oh, this is so thoughtful. Like it looks so good. Like I would have never thought to get this sweater or something myself, but you got it. And sick. So
that's great. See, I think when he can do that, I'm like, thank you so much, but also like very slutty of you to like
ran through. Like, who taught you this?
Literally, someone's cooked so much here, it's burnt.
Yeah.
Someone's cooked so much here, I can't eat anymore, to be honest.
Yeah. It's like your favorite like takeaway spot that you eat too much, like Wendy's, where you're just like, I need to take a break from it. I need
Wendy's.
to detox from this. I think that's a secret to our relationship, is we're both kind of sluts. Like we've kind of both had a slutty past, except I have relationships. Like, okay, I get a lot of work done between relationships. Like,
okay, you make it up for lost time.
I really roster it up and I put numbers on the board. Get where I need to
Get
go.
the numbers in the notes app list.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so I think that's
so funny. Do you know what you're gonna get him yet for Christmas? Or is it just like a one-side thing where like he's getting you a gift and it's not
I
reciprocated?
have to get him something for Christmas. You just reminded me. That's
Sorry.
I mean, I guess so. I guess I should get him something. He's really easy to shop for too.
Okay.
Like I actually have like a list, like what I do with everyone actually. All my best friends, my family, like my sisters and stuff. I just have a list going throughout the whole year.
Oh,
and every time they mention something so niche, like I have like my best friend's concealer number, like the shade. She's like, I love this one so much. I was like, okay, it costs number 37.
I've heard through some of our mutual friends that you give very thoughtful gifts. Actually,
do I?
that was something I heard about you.
I give autistic gifts, like very niche backstory, deep cut gift.
Do you have autism?
I think so. I think we might.
But guys, she's pretty, so it doesn't matter. It's fine.
You know that TikTok audio? It's like, this is my brother and he suffers from autism. I don't suffer. I just have it. That's me.
It's you. You're just like but you're like paying attention to these like niche details about somebody. I love that.
Yeah, I'm like very type A with the details. So that's the thing. I just write down like all year. Like if someone says that they have like an interest or a book or a movie, and like has so many interests.
That's so
he's
smart.
really easy to shop for too.
Because my brain always goes like, oh my God, like I have that moment where I'm like, oh my God, that's so cool. I'm totally gonna remember to get that.
And then I don't.
And then you don't. But you write it down. You got it in list. That's
and
the key
I
part.
literally just check the list when it comes to Christmas or birthdays. I'm like, cool. I know like my best friend's book or something that they really wanted that they're not gonna buy it themselves, that they were like bitching about, something like that. They're like, oh, I want to get this. Like,
Yeah. So. Okay, Veronica, I want to play a game with you now with the lists. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of lists and Christmas lists, we're playing a game.
Yeah.
And we are going to write down what we think Canadian men deserve for Christmas.
Let's do it.
I'm going to write a list. We'll take like 30 seconds to do that. I'll be like,
How many things should I put?
I'm going to put at least like 5.
The criteria is things a Toronto man's deserves for Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can make it broader, general, but I think like this is what Toronto men deserve for Christmas. Dear Santa, I really want a fatty boom batty. That was great. Thank you for the insight in Toronto man stuff. That was great.
It's my God-given right as a Toronto woman.
This is like, people are going to be upset. I feel like we did that, but it's like, no, this is, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
We deserve to talk shit about that.
Yeah, this is our God-given right to be able to do that.
Yeah, I deserve this.
Okay, Veronica, I want to know your thoughts though on New Year's resolutions.
Ooh.
Would have you done New Year's resolutions? Do they work?
Okay, you know what? This past year was the first year that I did one.
Yeah. What was it?
it was very vague.
Okay.
It was to be more in my feminine energy.
Ah.
And it was good and
Okay.
it worked. I did like a lot of things. Like kind of what you were saying earlier too, like being back in your, or like healing your inner child. Like I did a lot of stuff that was like new experiences, like classes and kind of pushing myself over that ledge.
amazing.
Yeah. So that was the only New Year's resolution that I've ever done that I actually feel like I can look back and I was like, no, I did that.
And then
I did self-care. Like I really prioritized like, taking care of myself, just little things that I was like, no, I want to feel more as a goddess. And
yes.
I did.
I also love that you were like, I'm going to be more feminine energy. And at first I wasn't sure if like, this is when you were going to real like the red pill part of you. Like I was
my
like,
God, trad wife?
yeah. She was like, no, I legitimately was churning that butter.
What I'm here to talk to you about today. My entire mission this whole time has been, we need to bring back the nuclear family. Bring back.
Speaking as someone who just talked about her roster dating, like we were talking about farting.
I found Jesus. I found Fox News and I've been converted.
Incredible. Okay, so you did the feminine energy and that was more, did that come from a place of like
being too much in my masculine energy, just being angry and all the time and like working and not taking care of myself, like just like eating whatever, like skincare, whatever. Like I was like, no, I need to kind of like regroup and like kind of reset. But I don't do well with like super like people have like really specific New Year's resolutions. Like I want to read this many books or I want to work out. Like those I always fall off of.
They do say that you should actually set like there's like the SMART goals, which are like the specific,
they're
measurable.
broken down.
Yeah. But you're like, no, maybe it's the autism.
It just doesn't work
like
for
you're
me.
just like I need the big overarching.
I just need like a theme.
Yeah,
and that worked.
Oh, I love that. Okay, everybody, right below, what's your theme for 2025? Because I like that idea of a theme.
Yeah,
because then the theme gives us flexibility and fluidity to
and you're not
move
harsh on
that
yourself
theme.
if you don't hit it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want March to come and be like, well, fuck, well, I didn't do it. I can't pick it back up. I had a couple times like in summer in the past few months where I was like, oh no, like come back to like the goal.
Yeah.
And that was easier for me at least.
I like that. I think I don't hate New Year's resolutions, but I do think like we don't need to wait to the new year. You can pick whatever time of year, whenever you want to be like, I'm gonna like change this part about my life that's like not fulfilling or whatever. Mine last year was I think like similar to yours. Like I just wanted to feel more playful in my life. And I also really wanted to like get back on like a workout routine. Yeah. Which like I started working with a personal trainer last year and I worked with her for like 6 months, I guess.
Nice.
And that was awesome of like building that habit. I would have worked with her longer. I just like it was too expensive to like keep doing it.
I think
like,
too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, I also did it I'm not rolling in it, guys. I just did it at like Good Life. So it wasn't anything like crazy like that.
I did one session with a personal trainer at Good Life. They're good.
And it was great. It was great just like learning the building blocks of like how to do everything. And like it really built the habit up for me. And so I feel just like, honestly, it's just like so much stronger and just like better every year. Yeah.
Super build.
Super buff. Ooh, I'm breaking the sweater apart.
We didn't want to scare you. That's why we wore sweaters today, guys.
That's right. We're being comfy. We're being cozy. But I feel like in the past too, like I would set like big unrealistic goals or like, and for me, it was like usually around like body and like weight.
True. Yeah. And
it was never about like this year was the first year that I feel like I actually had like results in terms of like feeling healthier. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say feeling healthier because I think that's what's the most important part, rather than like the outward like appearance like that. But I feel like anyways, don't get on the diet train, okay? Because that's just gonna lead to you binging later.
You're gonna crash.
Feeling
that's
bad.
the thing. You're never gonna be like diets don't work. Like just intuitive eating or relationship with self.
Just put Ozempic in your thigh like an adult. Okay,
I did put that on my Christmas list. My boyfriend does know he needs to get me Ozempic.
No,
not
okay. But I also think like if my boyfriend did get me Ozempic,
if he did. It would be rude to not use it.
No, like you would want to use it because obviously that's like a huge investment of his time, but like would that be offensive? Like is that the equivalent of like him buying you jeans and you're just like, wait, why did you buy me that? How on earth do you think I'm that size?
I saw this guy today, like same vibe. He is such a well-trained husband on TikTok and he was giving a gift guide. He's like, guys, I've been married for 10 years. What you need to do is you need to go into your girlfriend or your wife's like bathroom, look at all their brands, like take notes, stock their stuff. And he's like, but don't get them any skincare products related to acne or bags under the eyes. Like that's an insult. Like don't
even if you see it in her cabinet and she talks about it all the time.
He's like, she can get that herself. I was like, wow, that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about that, but it's true.
Sound off at the morning. Do you have I feel like a good skincare routine, despite being a rat girl? No, you don't.
You know what? Less is more.
Less is more.
I've always said this. Like I just do 2-3 things, like one moisturizer, one cleanser. Like I don't use like 10 different things.
What are you loving right now?
You know, I love Kiehl's.
Oh,
I've loved them for a very long time. I love CeraVe too. Those are like my two like go-tos.
Shout out to Veronica's boyfriend, fruity ass boyfriend, if you're listening to this.
Better be fucking listening. Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. You know, it's so funny. I got him the Kiehl's beard oil for his birthday.
Oh, cute. Did he like it?
Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah.
And again, for me too, I'm like, it's a little gift for me because you smell good.
Yes.
I love it.
Also, I feel like boys are really closeted about how much they want to be involved in skincare.
Yeah, they like it.
every man I've ever known is like, what are you doing?
Oh, for sure.
Can I have some? Like, what are you putting on your face? I want it.
Mine buzzes around me like at all times when I'm doing something. Like if I'm in the bathroom, he's literally like holding me from behind as I'm like doing my skincare.
Yeah,
He's
but you're like,
what's that? Like, you know when like people with dogs like do like the makeup on their dogs with, like a little brush, like that's me with my boyfriend. I'm like, and you get a little something too.
Can you tell we're both in like relatively new relationships where we're like, oh my God, beep boop boop. Like,
yeah, we're in the. My best friend Zalfar told me this actually. She's like, it's nauseating when you're like in the first year and it's like my boyfriend. She's
but that's
like, I love
Were
it.
you friends with her when you were in your previous relationship?
Yeah.
And did she see that same side of you when you were first in?
She said no. Yeah. Not like. What she liked about me was she said I never centered men. She's like, that's why we got along so well, even though you were dating for like 4 years at that time, this guy. She's like, it never was about your boyfriend, what you were doing. But definitely like my friends have seen a difference. Not that my last relationship was bad, but it's obviously different when you're like new and excited. Yeah. You're in the like honeymoon phase. We're in the honeymoon phase. Yeah. We can give a year update from now and see how things are going for us.
We will have you back we will have you back. And if that roster has expanded since then, we're gonna screen share presentation style the roster, and we're
gonna love to do that.
That would be so fun.
I want to screen next time right here, PowerPoint style.
We'll do. You know how they have like the leaderboards where it's like the pyramid. We'll make a pyramid. We'll vote them off. It'll be beautiful. It'll be healing for humanity. Actually, I think. Veronica, I have one more question for you. So we end all of our podcasts with is how do you deal with being overstimulated? How do you manage your mental health?
Again, disclaimer. This is the blind leading the blind, by the way.
I've just been crowdsourcing information to know like what's been helping people.
Man, I feel like I'm like a shark. If they stop swimming, they die. That's how I feel. I'm like just push through. Like literally every single day, I'm like, there's no way around. You have to go through. Like I feel like for me, I just stay busy. I stay really busy with like what is it? Work hard, play hard. Like I really make sure that I have a lot of stuff booked because I'm very overstimulated with like my work life and just like professional stuff that like to me it's really important to just have like plans set for whether it's like I said like a workout class, taking care of myself. Like I schedule time to be like, that's great. You're going to work out, like you're going to do it, or you're going to I don't know, go to spa or something like that.
I find that so helpful too, to especially like schedule the shit when you feel good.
That's
because you're not going to push yourself to do it when you're feeling shit. And especially with those things, like you said, like a workout class, like seeing close friends, like those are things that like, non-negotiable are going to make you feel better.
For sure.
But it's like the hurdle of getting there can be a lot sometimes.
Oh my God, exactly. Yeah. And then if not, I just I'm a very big fan of like 3 to 4 screens going at the same time.
Okay.
Like phone, iPad, laptop, and TV, and it just blocks out all thoughts for me. It's just
I love
like,
it. You're
if
just
I'm
like,
overstimulated,
I'm already overstimulated. Let's kick it up a notch.
Yeah, let's just like put it into full drive.
Get it a little bit crazy. I love that. Like my body is probably sitting there sometimes being like, oh, this is a lot of bright light. This is a lot of information, and like now there's also a fire because you're smoking, and like just all these things. Like my poor body's like, where are we right now?
I know, literally.
We're trying to calm down. Yeah,
gaslight your own body is my advice. That's actually my real advice. Is go so hard you gaslight yourself.
Gaslight your own body. Gaslight your mental health. Thank you guys so much for following along with us this whole last year. We will be back in the new year. Don't you worry. We are taking just a short little 1-week break next week. Have a good holiday season, whatever that looks like for you. And girl boss got keep.
Got keep. Rat girl disclaimer. Redacted. Allegedly. Girl boss gatekeep gaslight. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And Veronica, where can everybody find you? What's the name of your podcast again so we can check it out?
My podcast is at 269 pod, and you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at veronica.skaia.
Perfect. Thanks so much for getting overstimulated with us. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.